Our biggest cost right now is whenever we want to formulate feed for the different groups of animals that we feed.
Feed accounts for about 75 to 85% of the cost of production.
Feed actually is the biggest problem in agriculture.
Every day, poultry farmers across Africa make hundreds of decisions. Decisions that affect the health of their birds, their productivity, and ultimately their profit. Yet, one of the most important decisions is often made with uncertainty. How much should the birds be fed today? For many farmers, the answer is based on experience, routine, or simple estimation. But what if there was a better way?
For most farmers, the biggest cost is feed, because in farmlands or in agriculture, feed contains or feed costs up to 80% of production.
Feed is the single largest expense in poultry farming. And when feeding decisions are based on guesswork, even small mistakes can become costly. Too much feed leads to waste. Too little feed affects performance. Over time, those losses add up. For thousands of farmers, the challenge is not a lack of commitment. It is a lack of accurate, accessible information. And that is exactly the gap Aviarai was created to solve.
We calculate their body weight. For instance, if it is 2.78 kg, we give them 5% of that body weight.
Aviarai is an AI-powered poultry intelligence platform designed specifically for African farmers. Its mission is simple: to help farmers make smarter feeding decisions, reduce waste, and improve profitability. By transforming everyday farm records into practical recommendations, Aviarai empowers farmers to move from guesswork to precision, from assumptions to informed decisions. At the NIPOLI Expo 2026, Aviarai stepped into the public spotlight for the first time. For 3 days, poultry farmers, industry professionals, and stakeholders gathered to explore a new approach to farm management. What followed was more than a product demonstration. It was a conversation about challenges, a conversation about solutions, and a conversation about the future of poultry farming in Africa.
What amazed me most in this NIPOLI is about this Aviarai, that they enlightened me about how to take care of pullets that are going to lay us. So how to minimize the cost of feed, how to minimize feeding costs, and how to maximize my profits. They taught me how I can maximize my profits and how to minimize the wastage in terms of feeding.
This solution that is being introduced is what farmers need at this time. It will help us in saving costs, the costs we incur from cost of feeding the birds, loss in production, and then nutritional diseases will be curbed.
As farmers interacted with the platform, a common theme began to emerge: clarity. Many immediately recognized the value of making feeding decisions based on data rather than assumptions. Others saw an opportunity to reduce unnecessary costs and improve efficiency. For some, it was the first time they had encountered a tool designed specifically around the realities of African poultry farming, and the response spoke for itself.
Yesterday when I was passing, I saw the booth of the company. I saw phones lined up. So in my mind I was like, what's the phone company doing here at NIPOLI? Because NIPOLI is supposed to be an animal-related conference. So a friend told me, oh, go check it out. And I did. And I saw what they had to offer. Basically, what they are telling you and what they are offering is helping you save costs.
So I want to advise farmers to embrace this technology, as it will help us to save the costs from feeding the birds. It will help us in saving costs of production and that of the result we get from our farms, and it will prevent nutritional diseases, because overfeeding will definitely lead to diseases for birds. So if they are well checked, their feeding is well regulated through this app, it will give us a lot of results. So as a vet and as a farmer, I will use it, and I recommend it for our farmers at home too. Embrace it, use it, is what we need at this moment.
This is very good. How our chicken to be fed, either overfeeding or less feeding. So I learned many things, and I've joined their app.
Throughout the event, conversations turned into connections, curiosity turned into engagement, and engagement turned into action. Farmers signed up to learn more, industry stakeholders shared insights, and a growing community began to form around a shared goal: a more efficient, more profitable, and more sustainable poultry industry.
What stood out to me when I heard about Aviarai is that it's a seamless solution. The feed that they are currently consuming and the area, to be able to give me precise, accurate data of how much feed they actually need to consume, not just going by the generic data or outdated knowledge. So it really stood out to me that it solves the problem of the fact that I might not need to even formulate as much as we formulate, and it does not have to be that expensive, because the engine that Aviarai works with will simply calculate everything with me on the spot. So I look forward to using the solution, even probably being part of the 100 farmers that will test it when it finally launches.
This is what we farmers actually need, because one of the greatest problems we are having, in farming is this feed thing. So I think this Aviarai is a solution-solving problem for us as farmers. So from now on, I'm going to, adopt this method so as to save feed costs and also to increase my productivity.
The future of poultry farming will not be built on guesswork. It will be built on knowledge, on local data, on better decisions, and on innovative solutions that empower farmers to achieve more with confidence. At NIPOLI Expo 2026, Aviarai introduced a new possibility, a future where every feeding decision is informed, every resource is optimized, and every farmer has the tools they need to thrive. This is only the beginning. Aviarai, feeding the future with intelligence.